Welcome back everybody, Dan here. Time for another video. Thanks so much for joining in with me. And I wanted to make a quick video talking about this application that you see here in front of you on my tablet. So I've had quite a few people ask me, because I've been playing a lot of American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, and flight sims and things like that. I've mentioned several times that I use a application or an app on my tablet as a button box. And so I kind of thought I was the last person to figure out that you could do this, but there's apparently a lot of people that don't realize you can do this. So I was asked to make a video, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a quick video talking about what I'm using here. I'll start out by saying that flight sims, truck sims, and even sim racing titles, they require a lot of buttons to be mapped, and the keyboard is not always that convenient. You guys know watching this that is the case. So I was looking for something like a button box and doing some research, and the way it seemed was that specific button boxes, the physical button boxes that you mount to your rig somewhere, they're not always, one that necessarily works for a flight sim may not necessarily work for a trucking sim or a sim racing game, and vice versa, because some of them require more switches, some of them require more buttons. It just really depends on what you were doing. So I wanted to, kind of do some searching around and see if there was any applications that would offer this kind of thing for me. And this is what I ended up finding. I've used a lot of dash apps in the past for, tachometers and speedometers and various things that you want to be able to see during a sim racing game, but none of them ever offered buttons that you could physically map a keyboard key or a computer key to and actually use them. So what you see on screen in front of you guys as I give it a double tap here, if it'll recognize me, is the Sim Dashboard. This is available, I know, on any Android, any smartphone that has Android or tablet that has Android. I'm pretty sure it is available on iOS also. I'm just going to go into the settings here really quick and show you guys just how many games this is compatible with. I mean, everything, guys. Everything. There's presets for everything. And if you don't find it in here, you can make a custom application. And basically what it does, it's called Sim Dashboard, is it works through your Wi-Fi like many Dash apps too. But you can 100% customize any amount of buttons that you want to use. Whether I don't have any switches up here, but you can use switches, lighted switches, regular buttons. You can customize them any size, shape you want to, and then you go into, and I'll show you really quick here, you just can go in and edit, and you can add what they call a widget. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an empty page here, guys. Let's add an empty page. And every time you add a page, it's going to be specific to the game you have enabled. Right now, you say I have Euro Truck Simulator enabled. It says it's not running because the game is not on. But basically, then what you do is you can add a empty page, which we did, and then once you get your page up, you can add a widget, is what they call it. So I'm going to click this button to add a widget. Here you can see, this is pretty awesome, guys, and I will mention, I do run the Pro version. I paid the $11 or $12 to get the Pro version. I do highly recommend that you purchase the Pro version. The Pro version does allow you to do much more. It's well worth the 11 or 12 bucks. You can put more, more widgets on one screen. The other thing that the Pro version offers you to do is you can click from template here. And you've got built-in, there's some things that they give you built-in, which I don't really use those too often. I can go to this device if I want to transfer my Euro Truck Simulator page that I've created over to American Truck Simulator. I can just go down and find it, right? And then it will transfer it to the current game that I have up. But the cool thing about the Pro feature is you can go to Community, and there are just tons and tons and tons of gauges, sim racing layouts, some specific to particular games, some not. These are all things that people have created from scratch. The list goes on and on and on. There's a button box that you can use if you would like. And I did at first, because it was a little bit overwhelming, I did start using these, but once I realized that it was actually pretty simple to create your own, I started creating my own. And it's basically just adding, like I said, what they call widgets, We're going to go from scratch. And I'm just going to run really quick here, guys. This is all the stuff you can add over here on the left. And it's going to be game dependent. Some games will have more stuff over here. Some games will not, more or less. So let's just quickly pick a background. I'm going to do a button box here because that's what this video is about. Of course, you can do gauges, but I'm going to do a button box. We're just going to grab this custom background here. There's some adjustments you can make. We're just going to say OK. And then it's hard to see now, but when I hit that checkbox, you'll see in a second that we do in fact have a carbon fiber background now instead of just the black background, but we want to add a couple of buttons to it. So we're going to go back into edit. We're going to add something to this page. We're going to add a widget. And we're going to go down here, and I'm looking around my steering wheel. Sorry, guys. Down here, you can see button box. And then here's all the options you have available. You've got a bunch of different kinds of switches. You've got switches with the little, whatever the little flap is, the safety switch. You have to hit it once to open the safety switch, and then you hit it again to engage the actual switch itself. There's a switch, and then there's many, many buttons here. Again, these are going to be specific to the game you're playing. So you see I have a start, stop here, and then this is the generic button that you can basically, make any color you want. Let's just do something crazy here. There we go. We'll just do a blue. I'm going to click OK. And then we can map. There's some modifiers to make some changes here, but really all you want to change is the desired key. And then this is everything you have available for you, on your keyboard, basically. We'll just say N. Make sure you match it with whatever physical function you want in the game. You click OK. Now, every time you mash that button, it will do that thing in the game, whatever you're using as a sim. But then you also have some other options. You can make it bigger or smaller. Well, I just went too small there. We can make it back bigger. You can move it around the screen, put it wherever you want. And you guys get the point here. If you decide, I don't really like that blue, you can go back in here. And then you can change the key, change the colors, whatever you want to do. And then it's just endless, guys. So we'll go ahead and check that. And of course, I don't have it mapped to anything, but you can see it's physically pressing that button, okay? I can hold it. I can just mash it, hold it, whatever I want to do. And every time I hit that on screen, whatever I have that physical keyboard key mapped to in-game, it's going to do that. And I never have to touch my keyboard. Super, super convenient. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe back and show you that this is obviously a gauge cluster plus a button box that you saw me using earlier in this video. I have windshield wipers. I've kind of memorized what I've got going on here, but I have some of it labeled. You can label it whatever you want. This will attach me to a trailer. That takes me to the job page, giving me the job information. Obviously, for Euro Truck Simulator, nav on and off. This key down here in the middle turns the mirrors on and off like you saw earlier. This is a park and brake, start and stop, obviously. Headlights, high beams. But you can get crazy customizable with this stuff, guys. What I did here is I basically set up a radio that works with the in-game radio in Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator, and I can flip stations or flip my physical songs. I can also go up and down in volume. I can turn the radio on and off, and I have that linked to like Shoutcast Radio. This is really, really cool because without this, what you have to do is you have to hit escape while you're driving, go into the radio tab, turn the volume up, turn it down, change the station, whatever. You'd have to physically do that in the options menu. The other thing that I'll say about this application is the Dash apps typically are a pain in the ass to set up. They typically are a pain to set up. This one is not a pain to set up. This one's super easy. You just download a desktop application. They talk to each other very easily. The setup is automatic, and I've had absolutely no issues whatsoever. So again, guys, I had some people asking me about it, so I wanted to make a quick video. Sim dashboard, all your button box needs. You can make the same one and use it in multiple games, or you can make individual button boxes for specific games. I think it's really cool. Probably a very elaborate button box would feel better to use because it's a physical button and stuff, but this is going to be a super cheap option. It's either free or at the most $12, and you can't beat it for $12. I mean, it's endless what you can do the customization to this thing. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video showing you this. Hopefully all of you guys that were wondering about it know what it is now, and maybe go give it a try, see if it'll work out for you. But I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you liked it, give it a like. If you are not subscribed, give it a go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can see when I upload or submit anything new. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video.